So I'm sitting here in my T4.115 New Holland, and I wanted to go over a few things about it. I had one guy asking me about the dual power on this tractor. This tractor is I want to say it's fairly rare as far as T4s go. I hadn't seen any other dual power T4s out there on the internet or anything. At dealers, I hadn't seen them. This one, I special ordered this tractor. I ordered it in June or July of 2014, and it showed up on Valentine's Day in 2015. So it took like 7 months for it to get here, which I thought was a little bit excessive. But anyway, I had other tractors to make it with, but still, you know, when you order something new, you want it to get here as soon as possible. But anyway, it didn't. But that's beside the point. I ordered this tractor with dual power. You can't get the electro command in the T4, but you can get this dual power. So what you got with the dual power is you have a range selector down here beside your right knee, which is kind of aggravating sometimes when you're looking backwards, because your knee, you don't know if you can see my knee down there, but it rams into this lever right off. But anyway, and it's got a park, and then it's got 3 ranges. And the park, I like the park in a way, and I don't like it in a way. And I guess what I mean by that is, if you're on a steep place and you put it in park, it's not going to go anywhere. Whereas this tractor sitting over here has got an e-brake, and you pull it, if the cable or the ratchet in the e-brake failed, the tractor's going to roll away. This one, when you put it in park, it's there. It ain't going to go nowhere. But the bad thing about this tractor in park, if you do park it on a steep hill, for one, it's pretty difficult to get it out of park sometimes if you've got a load behind it. Just the tractor itself's not too bad, but if you've got I've got a lime buggy that holds 5 tons of lime, and if you park it on a hill and get out, it'll sit there, but when you get back in it, you're going to play hell trying to get it back out of park. You're going to jerk, and you'll get it. My wife sometimes, she bails for me, and she has trouble getting it out of park sometimes. But anyway, on flat ground, it's not hard to get out. The other problem with the park is you can't always engage it. Like, if you stop and you're going to put it in park, and you try to put it in park, if the gears aren't lined up, it won't go into park unless you move the tractor. Well, if you're sitting level and you want to put it in park and get out of the tractor, and you stop and take it out of, you have to take the range selector out of the range you're in and put it in park. Well, if you go to put it in park and it won't go into park, then you have to put it back into the range, to a range, so you can move the tractor just a little bit. Then you can try to put it in park again. Sometimes it goes right in, sometimes it don't. You have to put it back in gear again and move it a little bit again until you find a spot where it'll go in. That's aggravating. Sometimes if I'm on flat ground, it's probably not the smartest thing to do, but if it won't go in park on the first try and it's flat ground and the tractor is sitting still, I'll just put it in neutral and just get out of the tractor and do whatever I was going to do, as long as I'm not leaving the tractor to be there for a long time. I mean, like if I just need to get out and look at something and I'm going to be right there at it and jump back in it, you know, sometimes I've done that. But the other bad thing about the park is if you're trying to hook up to an implement, you farmers know what I'm talking about. You got to get the pin lined. You need the hole, all three holes lined up perfectly to get the pin in. Well, if you back up, you got them lined up perfectly, you put it in park, well, you go to put it in park and it won't go into park. So you got to let the tractor roll forwards or backwards a little bit, and then guess what? Your pin won't go in the hole. So what do? It's not easy. I've taken the loader bucket and stuck it in the ground and left it in neutral. Used the loader bucket and moved the tractor back and forth to get it lined up. I've done that. I've drove it around the parking lot a couple times and then come back and try again. You know, it's aggravating. That really sucks about the park. But like I was saying, somebody was asking me about this dual command transmission, and I showed you got 3 ranges down here, and then you got 4 gears up here, which you shift, and you can shift it by clutching and shift it like a, you know, this is just a standard manual transmission. And look at this, I mean, brand new tractor, and this thing will not stay on this gear shift. No matter what I do, this little cover will not stay on there. But anyway, so the dual command part of this tractor, this is a 12-speed transmission, but with the dual command, it makes it a 24-speed. So in this gear here, it's in park right now, but let's say I put it in the 3rd range down here, which is the fastest, and then I put it in 1st gear up here. I can be going along and hit the rabbit button, and it'll, I think they say 18% speed increase. Now, that's all it'll do. You can hit the rabbit button all you want. You only have 1 power shift. So, and it stays, even if you shift to 2nd gear, it stays in rabbit. And there's I don't know if you can see it because the tractor's not running, but there's a little green rabbit that lights up when it's in high up here on the dash. And if you want to go back to low, let's say you're baling and you start up a steep hill and the tractor engine starts slugging down and you're in rabbit, you can just reach up here and hit turtle, and it'll drop an 18% speed reduction and continue right on up the hill. Here we go with our dag blame thing again. Okay. Anyway, that's always aggravated me about this tractor. Well, I know it's something stupid, but you know, it's stupid. It shouldn't be that way. So that's how it is. That's what makes this tractor a 24-speed instead of just a 12-speed transmission. 24-speed is really nice baling, square baling especially, because you don't want to be going too slow square baling, and you don't want to be going too fast square baling. You got to find the right speed for your windrow size, and sometimes that's hard to do with a 12-speed transmission, because you just don't have, one gear will be too slow, one gear will be too fast. With this, you'll find the right gear with this. Always find the right gear with this transmission, and that's really nice. And some of the other features that come, if you get the dual command transmission, then you automatically get this little mouse right here to operate the lift arms, which is really nice. And you you get, instead of a big lever for your throttle, you get this little throttle mouse, which is really slick. I really like this right here compared to the old big levers. It's just nice, it's handy, it works good. But yeah, that's the main differences between this tractor and most T4s you see out there on the lot. This tractor has a dual command, and it has all this. Got a little power socket right here, which is really handy, and it's got a place. Well, this right here is a ashtray that actually goes in the cup holder, but I put cups in the cup holder, so I put the ashtray over here. But if this wasn't here, you can put your cell phone in there. And I've got this little Bluetooth adapter thing here, and I listen to music off my phone or Sirius XM radio and stuff, and feed it into the tractor speakers, which is nice. Oh, another thing I got on this tractor is this thing right here. It's creeper gear, and not many tractors have creeper gear either. And what I got that for, you think, well, why do you need creeper gear? Creeper gear is, this puts, see, you can only use it in low range and medium range. Oh, but, which is what? That's 8 gears, and then with the dual power, it's 16 gears. So you have 16 gears that are below 1 mile per hour. So, and you're thinking, well, what good is that? Well, I use it in the wintertime. I have a snow blower, and we have a contract to push snow for VDOT, and we have to keep several roads open, and some of them drift, I don't know, 4 and 5 foot deep. I have a couple of really short videos of me blowing snow. I need to make some better videos of blowing snow, but most of the time it's the middle of the night, and I'm tired, and I don't want to deal with it. But anyway, I will. We get a good snow, and now that I got a GoPro, I'll hook it up. I'll suction cup it into the tractor with me, and we'll blow some snow. But blowing snow, you need to, with the snowblower I got, if you push it too hard with 100 PTO horsepower tractor, you're going to break a shear pin. So with this, with this right here, I can put it in that and the creeper gear, and I can go below 1 mile an hour and not have to slip the clutch continuously and wiring out the transmission. I just put it in gear, and I can just let it go and eat. And then when you want to go back forwards at high speed, all I have to do is reach over here and move this one lever back to high, and then use this right here and go forwards, and I'm on my way at a high rate of speed to go back forwards. And I run a 9-foot blade on the front to clean up behind the snowblower. But and this little thing right here, that's something else that I'm not a big fan of on this tractor. I guess New Holland was trying to be, I don't know what they were trying to be, but what they did is, if any of you are familiar with this type of directional changing device, every tractor other than this one I've been in, when you pick this up and move it forwards, it'll stay forwards until you decide to go backwards, and you pull it backwards, and it'll stay backwards until you decide to go forwards again or go to neutral. Well, not this tractor. You pick it up and put it in forwards, and it goes right back to the neutral position every time. And you want to go backwards, and it goes back to the neutral position. And And the way they designed it for you to put in neutral is you have to push this little button in right here. Well, it's just not as easy or as handy as just having this go the direction you want. You know, when you have it go the direction you want, you can reach up here and feel the lever or look at the lever and tell which direction you're going. Or, you know, you can feel of it and not even have to look at it. Like if you're sitting still and you reach down and you have it in reverse and you want to go forward, you reach down and feel of it, and if it's back here, you know it's in reverse and you need to move it forward. Well, this one, it does show you up here on the screen, but you can't see it very well, and I don't ever think to look down at the screen to see which direction I'm going. Anyway, that's just one of them things that I had to get used to, and it don't bother me as much as it did when it was new. But another thing that bothers me, another thing I don't like about this tractor is the windshield wiper. It doesn't have a very big arc, and then it doesn't, when it does wipe, I've actually built a bracket on this thing to lower the wiper down, because it was wiping about this high when it went across in front of the operator here, which is not very good, because when you're wiping this high right here, you know, that's blocking a lot of your view of looking down on your loader and stuff. And then the switch is over here on the console instead of on the steering column like that tractor, and it only has one speed. You just turn it on and that's it. You don't get no intermediate or no low and high. You just have one speed and you have a washer, and that's it. And then on the back wiper, it's a little bitty thing, and if you want to turn it on, you got to turn it all the way around and turn it on back here. Which, I mean, it's nice to have a back wiper, and, you know, it's not too bad of a deal, but, you know, my other tractors, the back wiper, on my 95, the back wiper's here, which is good, and the front wiper, you know, is up here, which is even better. But anyway, that's beside